Alright. Hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine. The names of these drugs have been thrown around in the media for quite some time now. So much so that the people who actually need these drugs can't even get them. In this video, I'm going to talk about number 1, what these drugs are actually meant for, and 2, one particular reason why it's not a good idea to panic besides the ones you've heard in the actual media. Let's get started. Now before we start, I just want to remind you that I am a college student. I don't know much about the pharma industry, and I'm looking at this through the eyes of a layperson. So everything I'm showing you is from credible sources and more stuff like that. You know, you can think of me like the Hassan Minhaj of science. Not really. He has better hair. Now your first big question that I'm sure you've asked yourself is hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine. What's the difference between these two? Well, the difference is two main things: toxicity and structure. In biology and chemistry, it's really important to know that structure determines function. Structure determines function. So hydroxychloroquine has a different structure from chloroquine, which makes it less toxic than chloroquine. And by toxicity, I'm talking about side effects. Chloroquine generally has more harmful side effects than hydroxychloroquine. And that can happen if it's used for things that it's not supposed to be used for. Like COVID-19. Think of it like having a pair of twin puppies where one's super cute and one just poops everywhere. It's just not helpful at all. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about what they do. Hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine are used as prescription medicine for two main diseases: malaria and autoimmune disorders. The mechanism of action, or the way they work, is relatively unknown, but scientists have two main theories that are pretty accepted. Theory 1. As an anti-malarial, the drugs accumulate inside the food vacuole of the parasite and make its insides toxic to the point where it just bursts out, alien style. Theory 2. For you to understand how these drugs work as autoimmune disorder drugs, you gotta first understand the immune system, the system of the body that they're actually affecting. Let's put it into this perspective. Your immune system functions as the customs border patrol of your entire body. White blood cells act like customs officers that, check the bag as it comes by. Whenever something comes inside your body, it shows off these baggages called antigens. So, if someone has cocaine inside of their bag at customs, then the white blood cells, aka the officers, would arrest them right away. And then you're taken into custody and you're probably not gonna get out of jail. Just like that, cells recognize antigens on bad cells and start attacking those bad cells that show those bad antigens. So in an autoimmune condition like rheumatoid arthritis, your white blood cells go ham on those good cells, which is like you coming back from India and your officers finding achar in your bag and they'll beat you up for it. Like, what the heck? Achar isn't bad. Why the censors see it as a hazard, I have no idea, okay? Just give me my mixed pickle. What hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine do is interfere with antigen processing in your white blood cells. So there isn't as big of an immune response to those good cells. So now you know what chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine actually do and what they're actually used for in a daily setting. I want to remind you that these mechanisms of actions are theories. They're not proven in any way, shape, or form. Scientists think this is how they work, and so they've given us those theories. So because of that, no one really knows if these drugs work for something like COVID-19. The studies that have been done with it are pretty inconsistent, and there is, I repeat, no significant evidence that shows that chloroquine or hydroxychloroquine are effective against COVID-19. As scientists, we need a lot more evidence to make that determination. Now, what has been found is a little bit different and a little hopeful. Hydroxychloroquine has been found to have an effect in stopping the coronavirus from actually infecting cells in vitro, also known as not the human body. Not the human body. Now, unfortunately, people have been using this as evidence, and they've been using it to back up their claims that this drug works 100% no fail. Kind of a bad idea. That's like saying you think Avengers Endgame is the worst movie of all time, and then you cry when Iron Man dies. The evidence doesn't support the claim there. Get it right. Now you might be thinking, Akash, so what if hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine are used for COVID-19? Surely the people suffering from malaria and rheumatoid arthritis can use other drugs, right? I mean, we've had this much progress in science. We have to have more drugs for those common conditions, right? And yeah, you're right. There are other drugs out there. But a big thing happening in the bio world right now, and actually the pharma industry as well, is drug resistance. That means parasites and bacteria are evolving to be resistant to the drugs that we make to kill them. It's like an epic underdog story, except it's very upsetting to watch. This is happening with the main malaria drug out there, doxycycline, or doxycycline. So in those situations, lesser used drugs like chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine are needed for patients that have malaria. And if you make a decision to start hoarding them and buying them up without even showing the symptoms of COVID-19, then you're putting all those people that need it in danger, as well as yourself, because of all the harmful side effects. So please, listen to scientists and credible organizations like Dr. Fauci and the CDC. There's people out there that actually need those drugs. And the last thing you would want on your conscience is to have some person die because you bought the drug that they needed on an unproven whim. Thanks for watching. Hi, I'm the guy you just watched for the last 5 minutes. If you liked the video, give it a like. I'd very much appreciate that. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. See ya!